Smoking a lion's head pipe that I got from my wife. She smokes it every once in a while. I'm just finishing up a bowl she started. It's pretty cool. Sorry for the lighting. Restored this thing a while back. And here's after about 2 days of salt soaking for the Tom Howard and the custom built. And that's why I salt treat the shanks, because those get really nasty. It actually helps clean them out, loosen some of that sticky stuff up in there. And what you'll find is that when you scrape off the top of this, after just a little bit, it'll be all white salt again, because it just sucks all that nastiness up to the top. So now we'll clean them out. Smoke a little old Toby stash aromatic that my friend makes, Andrew. I use like a pipe nail, kind of scrape out the insides of them, loosen it up, and pretty much all just falls out. And once I'm done with it, I take them over to the sink and I rinse them out. Never had any problems running them underwater and everything to get all that salt worked out of them. They're filters anyway, they suck in moisture. I don't leave them sitting in water, I just rinse them out, get all that salt, it helps evaporate the salt, and then dry them off with a terry cloth. Funny story for you, and Jay, you'll appreciate this. My wife had to go to my wife started a job, first of all, at a coffee shop. And she told him she wanted part-time hours, because she has scoliosis on her back, and she can't work very much, but she can still work. So I said, okay, well, after the holiday season, Christmas, we'll cut your hours back, but right now we're going to be kind of busy, so you're probably going to get some hours. And she's like, okay. And along comes after Christmas time, and she's sitting on a work week of 6 days straight, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off, and then 4 days straight. She told him, she said, I can't do that. She said, well, the manager said, oh, schedule's out, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Tried to talk to him last Friday on New Year's Eve, saying, I can't do this, my back hurts way too bad. She's getting numbness in her legs and her arms and things like that. She's called him over to her cafe area coffee shop there twice, and he refused to come over. He just saw her and ignored her. So she left a note saying that she wouldn't be in on Saturday or Sunday, and then she went to the doctor today, and then we went in there and took a note to him today from her doctor about her back, which is a permanent injury, or a permanent disability, really. Permanent disability, scoliosis is. So he got a note and went in there. I said, I'll go in there with you. He was probably going to be a jerk. And Jay, you got me on this kick of being angry at people ever since you yelled at your ex's ex-boyfriend, or your wife's ex-boyfriend. So we went in there. He was over there on the phone. We walked up to him, kind of stood a little ways away from him. And he turned his back on us to continue his phone conversation, which, that's fine. But we both noticed that. So he got done and made contact with us. And she started talking to him and told her, well, you know, it's your responsibility to find coverage. And he said, once the schedule's up, it's up. You can't change it. Well, he just changed it for another person there to give him a personal holiday a couple days before that Friday, a couple days before New Year's Eve. And he was just giving her a hard time, so I couldn't really help it. And I said, so when is it their responsibility to get coverage for when they're sick or injured? He said, well, it's always been like that. I said, is that your policy? He said, yeah, it's our policy. I said, well, let me see it in writing. He never showed me it in writing. I then proceeded to tell her that she's the best employee that they've got, even working part-time, which is not to say sad. She's a good worker, but the people they have there are pretty lazy. And so I kind of took a step back because I was getting very angry, and I could tell it started to kind of shake. And he said, well, come on back over here, pal, if you want in on this discussion. Pal? I didn't say anything. I just came back over and I said, sure. At which time he proceeded to adjust the schedule for her so she could continue working. I don't understand people. I guess I do. You know, in that line of work, you deal with a lot of employees, a lot of turnover, a lot of people that don't show up, a lot of people that call in sick that aren't sick and want to party and all that, but she has scoliosis, and we weren't doing any partying this last weekend. So, anyway, that's my story. If you haven't had any kind of confrontation like that with people, but he was being a jerk to her, and he wasn't going to stop being a jerk to her. And I really didn't care if she kept the job, and she didn't necessarily either. She really doesn't need to be working, but everybody needs the money right now, especially in this economy. Anyway. Here is that Tom Howard, scraped out. You can still see there's a lot of salt stuck to it. That's why I rinse them out. I rinse out the shanks, because it's really hard to get all out of the shanks. And I dry them off. It doesn't hurt them. Same thing with the custom built. So I'm going to get these loaded back up like I did last time on that last video with the salt treatment, and let them sit for another day or two. Alright guys. Take care. Okay, bye.